GCam Gaming here with another LEGO Legacy Heroes unboxed video for you. And today I bring you some awesome news just in time for the Easter holiday. We have update 14 coming, and with it is coming a very special reworked collection journey event. And we've got a couple different collectible slash costumed figures coming into the game, including one that is super long awaited and a brand new set, not unbuilt in the game, going to be added to the game in this update that goes specifically with our costume collectibles. Perfect in time for the Easter holiday. Let's get into it. So we are got a new heroes and a set, right? New iconic heroes to boost your team. Chili Costume Fan and Mr. Gold, the long-awaited Mr. Gold, with a very special, not just for Chicken Suit Guy, but for everyone, Easter Chick set. So the Easter Chick set actually looks pretty cool. We're gonna get into that at the end of the video. Let's jump into another costumed attacker, Chili Costume Fan. I wish they would have called her Chili Costume Girl. The fan is just a little weird, but whatever. It says, Chili Costume Fan is obsessed with chilies of all kinds. The hotter the better. She's determined to try every pepper the world has to offer, which is why she always keeps a carton of milk on hand. If she asks you to try something, the best thing to do is politely decline and run away as fast as you can. Nice little flavor text there. So another costumed attacker, which I don't actually hate, because if you can get a really good, there's that last tier of the new dailies, or the daily quest, whatever it is. And the attacker one is the only one I've only been able to get silver on. I'm sure some people who have maxed out Leo have been able to gold it. I have not. It's the only one I have it golded. But I'm thinking if I can get a full costumed attacker team that doesn't involve Cactus Girl being there, I might have a shot. So, well, actually, I'm probably still gonna have to use Cactus Girl, but I still might have a shot. Anyway, let's look at her stuff here. And I don't have any of their stats, so keep that in mind. But if the trend continues as it has, it's going to be probably similar stats to what we've seen with like Ernest and Rita, and basically since Corncob Guy and Super Wrestler, there's been like a spike in stats, and that's been kind of the norm. So it's normal to see very high stats in new figures. Some like it hot. 100% damage to a foe and inflicts 2 to 5 stacks of damage over time for 1 to 3 turns. That alone is a solid basic, right? Just 100% damage is always good. And then you're guaranteed to be inflicting some stacks of damage over time. I know it's not the best debuff, but you know, it's a little bit of extra damage. But then there's a 50% chance, 5% bonus chance per costumed hero to gain 40% pep. So if she's on a full costume team, there's a 75% chance that after every basic, she gains 40% pep back. Like, this is Hot Dog Man to the max with like that assassin vibe. So between Chili Costume Fan and Hot Dog Man, you're going to be taking lots of turns, and this is going to help to deal with that classic space issue. By the way, they did say they planned on nerfing classic space to kind of balance out the meta a little bit in this update, but obviously with everything going on in Ukraine, he said something hit the fan, so they didn't really have time to do it, but they've been working really hard. God bless them over there. Anyway, continuing, there's a 60% chance to inflict confused, 5% bonus chance for each confused on the battlefield. So I guess the more people that are confused, the higher percentage chance she has to inflict confused, which is cool. So the one thing I actually really like about this is between her and Corncob Guy, you're going to be delving out confusion to your own team, and then she gets buffs from it, and then she can also give it to enemies. It's going to be just chaos, right? And I actually kind of like the confusion debuff as an offensive weapon. So the way that I use it is, okay, if the other team is behind a stealth wall or a taunt wall that I just can't seem to get around, I'll use that big hit with Corncob Guy, and then I'll confuse my whole team, and then I at least have a shot to get past the wall and maybe do a little damage to the attackers in the back. It's definitely RNG based and a little random, but you know, we can deal with that. Then we have the Flaming Rain. It deals 65% damage to all foes. So it's an AoE for 65% damage, but it's also going to heal allies for 50% of damage dealt. So it's kind of like Garmadon's AoE self-heal, except it's healing the team. This is really, really awesome, specifically when I was talking about that attacker-only node for that costume team, because now they have a heal, which attackers just don't. Like, this is the first attacker that has heal. So she's going to be dishing out damage, and the heal is based on the damage that she's dishing out. So this is really, really cool. I think this is going to go really well with that costume collectible team and kind of boost them up. Like, they took over the meta for a little bit. They couldn't really last because they didn't have the heals without Hiker and what's his name, fitness instructor. But then they also kind of lost some synergy, and Chicken Suit Guy wasn't able to be as strong. But now that you have Chili, what's her name? Chili Costume Fan also delving out heals, also being an attacker, also being costume, Chicken Suit Guy becomes that much stronger. Plus the set, as you're gonna see. I do like what this is gonna do. Plus, if Corncob Guy is an active hero, inflict 3 stacks of damage over time to all foes, so more damage over time being inflicted for 1 to 3 turns. And Corncob Guy will assist with the Festive ability. I think the Festive ability is the one where he inflicts is the AoE one. So I could be wrong about that. Somebody wants to correct me in the comments. I'm not fact checking it right now. Special 2, Careful Around the Eyes. 100% damage to a target foe. 10% bonus damage for each confused on the battlefield. 40% chance to inflict 1 to 2 time bombs for 2 turns. So you're getting more time bombs like with Hot Dog Man. More buffs from confusion. So basically, Corncob Guy confuses your team. This attack now goes up to a confused 150 damage. Plus, if someone else on the other team is confused, this can get up to a 200% damage shot. So that's pretty good. And then you have Hot Dog Man will assist with an All the Fixins ability. I do like the All the Fixins. It's one of my favorite attacks from Hot Dog Man. And the fact is, you're just getting an assist every time you do this. So if your team is confused, I'm getting 150% damage. I'm getting a big hit from Chili Fan, and then Hot Dog Man is coming in with a free attack. This is going to be really great to counter those pesky classic space figures. All right, then we have the passive, Does Milk Help? Whenever a hero would die from an attack, this hero gains Hardy and takes 90% of the damage. So anytime somebody on your team is about to get killed, whatever, Chili Fan is gonna take 90% of the damage and gain Hardy, so she won't die. Then hero gains damage immunity for 1 turn. I'm assuming that first hero that would have died gains damage immunity. So someone's about to die, they gain damage immunity. 90%, they only take 10% of the damage, they gain damage immunity, and Chili Fan is gonna take 90% with Hardy and not die. They're also gonna gain attack up to and critical chance up to for 2 turns. And they're inflicted with 3 stacks of time bombs for 2 turns. So the downside is they kind of become a ticking time bomb. So they don't I kind of like that. It's like they ate a chili pepper and like the milk kind of lets them stay there for a little while, but the time bomb means it's only a limited amount of time before they're gonna blow up in their face. So I do like that. I like a little bit of drawback for these really good abilities. And at the start of the turn, increase Chili Costumes Fan's speed by 3% for each stack of damage over time and time bombs on the field. Right, so she's putting out tons of damage over time. Cactus Girl is putting out tons of damage over time. Time bombs are being put out by Chili Costume and Hot Dog Man, right? And she's getting a 3% increase for each of those. I don't know what her speed is. I'm gonna assume it's probably like a 115, 120, because it's a chili, so right? Peppers, they're hot, they gotta be fast, right? At the end of the turn, Chili Costume Fan has a 70% chance to clear 1 debuff from herself. If there is no debuffs, clear 2 debuffs from another random hero. So that's also a solid. Didn't really need to add that. I don't know, like as if the passive wasn't good enough, they just decided to add a cleanse on there. And then, as with a lot of the new figures, there are 2 passives. At the start of the turn, Chili Costume Fan gains 10% attack for each confused on the battlefield. So she was already doing more damage in her one special from the confusions. Now she's gaining 10% attack. Again, this is something that if you like that chaotic approach to getting around taunts and stuff with Corncob Guy giving your team confusion. Now your chili costume fan is going to get 50% stronger just from your team being confused. Not talking about if anyone else on the other team is confused, which she also delves out. At the start, refresh bonuses for each hero that is confused, so obviously it's not a permanent stack. At the start of the game, Corncob Guy gains 15% health, awesome. Chicken Soup Guy gains 25% attack, Hot Dog Man gains 15% speed and 15% dodge. So let's talk about why all of these are awesome. Corncob Guy getting a little more survivability is great because he's the strongest attacker on the team. Well, I guess he was. Chicken Soup Guy kind of just got stronger than Slimer now. On a full costume team with Super Wrestler, Chicken Soup Guy is literally insane, right? I believe he's getting 250% attack or damage just based on being there with Super Wrestler, plus another 25% to his attack stat. This is going to be insane. He's going to be literally crushing people, and he's got an awesome ultimate. A faster Hot Dog Man with those pep refreshes that he gets, and a little bit more dodge just makes for an even better Hot Dog Man. Whenever a foe taunts, Chili Costume Fan does a bonus attack against the foe. So you're going to throw up a taunt, bam, we're going to throw up a bonus attack right on you, which, by the way, is going to give you damage over time, and it might give you confusion. So, yeah, I am a big fan of the Chili Costume Fan. Right, this is definitely somebody that I'm going to want to get. Probably going to be super gated, as with all things, but I believe she'll be the first available of the characters. Next up, the man we've all been waiting for, Mr. Gold. Mr. Gold is an enigma. Whenever he goes, he graces everyone around him with his rich presence, dazzling attire, and sparkling personality. Was he born covered in gold? Is he cursed or blessed? Is that just paint? No one knows the answer. And Mr. Gold is so mysterious, we can assume they never will. So Mr. Gold is, ironically, a healer. I thought he would be a tank, but he's a healer, so that's kind of cool. The game definitely needs more healers. I believe he's going to have the costume tag. That's what his kit is leading me to believe. Also, it makes sense, like, he's not actually made of gold, it's just a costume, so let's see what he does. I don't know what his stats are going to be either. Probably a lot of health, because healers usually do have a good amount of health, and maybe some speed. Deals 100% damage to 1 to 2 random foes. So he doesn't get to pick who he attacks, he just deals damage to 2 foes, 1 or 2. There's a 50% chance to inflict debilitate on the target. That's always a really great thing. Copies 1 debuff from himself to the target foe, and 1 random foe, so that's also really cool. But is there a target foe? Because literally he's only targeting 1 to 2 randoms. Interesting. Maybe the person he targets gets a debuff but might not even get hit. Copies 1 buff from himself to another hero. So that's pretty cool. Nice little basic. I don't think it's super broken. Only 50%. 50% debilitate is good, but you know, it depends on how often he's throwing out basics. But this is really good. Special 1, Spending Spree. Clears all debuffs from all heroes. Love it. I love a mass cleanse. It was one of the best things about Redbeard. And finally, someone else has a mass cleanse. And now the costume collectibles could possibly have a mass cleanse. This is going to be, as the kids say, sick. Heals all heroes for 20% of Mr. Gold's max health, right? So it's only a 20% heal, so it's less than Hiker's heal, it's less than Fitness Instructor's heal. So it's not a huge heal, but it is a mass cleanse. But still, like, I like my healers to have big heals. And one thing I'm noticing in this kit, he doesn't seem to have the big, like, the Bart heal or the Aurora heal that you want. City heroes will gain a bonus 3% bonus heal for each stack of courage on them. So this will work with the courage teams, this kind of makes me believe that maybe they're going to be buffing up Fire Station and City in a future update. And a random hero attacks an enemy for 100% damage, 50% chance that 2 random heroes will perform a bonus attack on a random foe. Again, why? It's cool, it's useful, but like that didn't need to be added to this ability. That Like, this ability would have been cool. It's like clears all debuffs, 20% heal, little bit of bonus heal for each stack of courage on a city hero. Why do we need to add a random, like, why? Just my opinion on it. Crystal Clear, special 2. Deals 130% damage to a target foe, 60% bonus damage for each stack of Terminate on the heroes. There's a 75% chance to inflict Disarm on each foe for 1 to 2 turns. Interesting that they're kind of synergizing this with Terminate. I wonder what's going to happen in the future, maybe with city heroes getting termination, sorry. Because right now I think Yuppie has it. He's a collectible and he only really puts it on himself. So. There's a 70% chance to inflict Disarm on each foe for 1 to 2 turns. Why would that be on each foe? Because you're only hitting one foe. Well, still, 75% chance to inflict Disarm for 2 turns is kind of nuts on top of 130% damage, even if this isn't a strong attacker. If the target foe is defeated, heal all heroes for 20% of Mr. Gold's max health, 15% bonus heal for each collectible and city hero. Oh man, so that means that could be a really huge heal if he's the one finishing someone off, right? If I'm reading that correctly, 15% bonus to the whole percentage. So on a full team, that's what, like 15, 30, 60, 75. That's almost 100. That's a 95% heal if Mr. Gold finishes someone off on a full collectible or city team. I wonder if they're going to give him the city tag. Probably not. If they do, they'll probably run back and give it to people like Yuppie and Hiker, who also, I feel like, a demolition dummy who could have used it. Passive 1, though. This guy has 3 passives, by the way. At the start of battle, costume heroes gain 5% speed and 5% accuracy. If Chicken Suit Guy or Corncob Guy is on the team, increase their critical chance by 10% and critical damage by 40. Right, so costume heroes get 5% speed and their accuracy goes up by 5%, which is a nice bonus. Cool. Faster costume team. Gonna go good to counter in classic space. If Chicken Suit Guy or Corncob Guy are on the team, which I can assure you they will be, increase their critical chance by 10 and critical damage by 40. That's nuts. The fact that they're getting 40% critical damage, that's insane. Whenever Yuppie or Businessman attack a foe, Mr. Gold has a 60% chance to assist. I love that addition. Right? That's a cool addition to an ability that makes sense. It's not super broken. I like when it's character specific like that. And it makes characters like Businessman, who aren't used too much, oh, there's a cool little thing that you can maybe use him. Passive 2, World Go Round. At the start of battle, collectible heroes gain 15% health and 10% attack. At the start of the turn, Mr. Gold has a chance to gain 45% chance to gain damage block 2 for 2 turns, 35% chance to gain prepared, 65% chance to gain attack up 2 for 2 turns. At the end of the turn, Mr. Gold heals himself for 6% of his max health. So, the start of battle, collectible heroes, they're getting 15% health, 10% attack. Sick. They're Chicken Suit Guy is going to be one-shotting people. This is insane. You get Chicken Suit Guy on a team, the right team now, if Mr. Gold is costumed, which I think he is, you're talking about Super Wrestler, Chicken Suit Guy, Corncob Man, Chili Suit Fan, Mr. Gold. Right? So Hot Dog Man, unfortunately, is not going to make that cut, in my opinion. Although I do I like that, there's options, you can run Hot Dog Man. Especially that Mr. Gold is probably not going to be very easy to get. He's probably going to be that 115, super gated, hard to get character. But he also, at the start of his own turn, he might get damage block, he might get prepared, he might get attack up 2, and then when his turn ends, he just heals himself for 6. So he's got basically passive regen of 6%. So he's healing himself every turn. So you're going to want to target him down, but it's probably not going to be easy to kill him, especially if you have a super wrestler there to take some shots for him. Plus, if you're taking him down, you're kind of ignoring Chicken Suit Guy and Corncob Man and Chili Suit Fan. So, just saying. Big development, passive 3. At the start of the battle, city heroes gain 70% attack, 10% speed, and 10% accuracy. City heroes definitely need something to buff them up. I hope he has the city tag too, because I think that they really need something like this to make them stronger. And it'd be cool to get a new city hero. At the end of Mr. Gold's turn, heal heroes with the lowest health for 10% of Mr. Gold's max health. So on top of his own passive regen, he has a passive, whoever is hurt the most is going to get some of their health back. And if that's like a super wrestler, for instance, your tank, and he's low on health, well, guess what? He's going to be able to take a little bit more of a beating and delve out some more paybacks with stuns. Whenever Mr. Gold uses his ability, he has any ability, he has a 55% chance to perform a bonus attack on a random foe, which his passive is pretty cool, so there's some cool stuff that goes with that. So there's also a chance of throwing out more debilitates. And a 35% chance to perform Crystal Clear ability on a random foe. And a 20% chance to perform Spending Spree ability. Okay, so whenever he uses an ability, there's a 55% chance he gets a bonus basic. There's also a 35% chance he gets a bonus big hit. And there's a 20% chance he heals everyone. This is ridiculous. Like, why? Like, this passive, I like the addition of the city thing. I even like that he heals someone 10% at the end of his turn. I like that. This other thing where there's just like a random chance after he uses something that he might use another ability, like he might go for a big hit. Like, this is nuts. A big hit and then get a cleanse, clear, heal. This is crazy. Craziness. Anyway, let's go on to the set, the Easter Chick. This set offers powerful buffs and needed heals, and it's truly excellent. Yes, I do love this set. It's got a ton of abilities. Let's just dive into it. It's probably going to use tier 4 set tools too, so that's it's nice to have something to use tier 4 set tools on. At the start of battle, Explorer heroes' health is increased by 10%. So, bam, on top of all these other buffs these characters have given each other, they're all Explorers, I believe. Yeah, I think collectibles are pretty much all, the ones that I would use are Explorers. I think there are some, no, I think collectibles are mostly Explorers. No, because Dem Dummy's a builder. But I think the costume collectibles are mostly Explorers. Right, Hot Dog Man's an Explorer, Chicken Soup Guy's an Explorer, Corn Cob Guy's an Explorer. I believe Corn Cob Guy and Super Wrestler are Explorers. Anyway, 10% health for Explorers, that's sick. Whenever a hero is defeated, all collectible heroes' build ability cooldowns are reduced by 1. That's a cool little ability. And a random collectible hero's pep is increased by 60. That's cool, it's not broken, it's just like a nice, cool little bonus ability. Whenever a collectible attacker hero uses a special ability, there's a 40% chance to inflict heal block 1 for 2 turns on a random foe. And we know how many collectible attackers there are on that costume team. This is going to help out Hot Dog Man, Chicken Soup Guy, Corn Cob, and Chili Costume. Crack of Dawn. At the start of battle, Builder Heroes' defense is increased by 20%. So if you didn't get that Explorer buff to HP, don't worry, we'll give you 20% defense. So that's also going to be helpful. Whenever a costume hero deals damage to a foe, there's an 80% chance to inflict skill down for 1 turn, and a 50% chance to inflict bricked for 2 turns. Skill down is like, whatever, dude, that debuff doesn't do anything for me. But bricked for 2 turns, 50% chance, I'll take that. If the foe is already inflicted with skill down, they're inflicted with disarm for 2 turns. So now it makes a little more sense. It's kind of good to get that 80%, like, let's get skill down on them, and then the next person can disarm them. So you're actually going to be seeing with that 80% chance, so 80% chance to get skill down, and if they have skill down, it looks like 100% chance for disarm. You're going to be seeing a lot of disarms being delved out by these guys, especially that there's a lot of AoEs going on. Like, there's a lot, like, all the attackers pretty much have AoEs. Whenever Corn Cob Guy or Chili Costume Fan deal damage to E, I think that means A, to a foe with damage over time, there's a 40% chance to inflict 1 stack of Time Bomb for 3 turns. That's also really good because damage over time is going to be spread out, and then you're going to use your AoEs with Corn Cob Guy or Chili Costume Fan and delve out even more stacks of Time Bomb. Sick. I like this. I like Crack of Dawn. But let's get to the good stuff. Egg Raid. After a hero attacks, if a foe's health is less than 60%, there's a 70% chance to inflict fear for 1 turn. And that's really good because fear lowers your attack based on how low your health is. So it's really going to debilitate them. There's also a 50% chance to inflict Confuse for 2 turns. Gonna go back, that's gonna be buffing up Chili Costume Fan more with those confusions. Whenever Chicken Suit Guy or Super Wrestler use a special ability, there's a 70% chance to inflict heal immunity for 2 turns to 1 random foe. To 2 turns to 1 random foe with heal block, fear, or dizzy. So if they have fear, dizzy, or heal block, which they got from an earlier ability, then you might inflict heal immunity on them. And Chicken Suit Guy gives out dizzy on his own. So that's pretty freaking sick. Whenever a collectible hero, this is Roost. Whenever a collectible hero gains a buff, gain 2 to 5 stacks of heal over time for 2 turns. Heal over time is okay. And there's a 55% chance to heal for 10% of their max health. Right, so every time they gain a buff, there's a 55% chance that they're gonna get a little heal, which is really, really good. Especially when, like, you go to, like, fitness instructor, giving out buffs to everybody. Like, this is a really good set for the collectibles. It's something that they needed for a while. 3% bonus heal for each confused on the battlefield. So again, I love how they're kind of promoting, like, hey, give yourself this debuff with this character that nobody liked having that, like, drawback. And now it's like, yeah, you don't get to control your attacking, but you're getting so many other benefits. And honestly, a lot of people just put the game on auto anyway, and you don't really control who you're attacking at that point. So it is what it is. At the start of the hero's turn, if they have confused or time bombs, their attack is increased by 5% and they gain attack up for 2 turns. So again, we're buffing our team for getting confused. We're buffing them for time bombs because there was a way with Chili Fans passive that we could put time bombs on ourselves. This is great. It makes everybody stronger and it gives a much needed heal to the collectible team, right? So Chili Costume Fan came in and gave a heal, and now the set's giving another heal. I love it, I love it, I love it. Oh, also Mr. Gold is coming in as a healer. Whenever a hero assists, or coup de grace, whenever a hero assists, they have a 40% chance to heal for 8% of their max health. So more heals from assists. There's lots of assists built into these new synergies. Love it. And their grit is increased by 5%. So I guess every time that they assist, their grit goes up and it's harder to debuff them. Whenever a collectible hero damages a foe, one random hero has a 20% chance to assist and deal 40% damage. If they are costumed, they have a 25% chance to assist. So whenever a collectible hero damages someone, 20% chance that they assist and get for 40% damage. If they're costumed, 45% chance to assist. Right, so almost 50% chance that they're just assisting each other. Plus they're getting heals when they're assisting each other. There's lots of assists built in. This is going to be crazy. It's going to be very rapid fire, chaos, and it's something I'm kind of excited about because the last time I spent money on this game was when they put out Corn Cob Guy and Super Wrestler. Like, I was so excited for it, looking forward to like a bright future. I haven't spent since. I still am not going to be spending money on the game for a lot of reasons. I just don't think the game is worth spending money on. They haven't really, they're doing a great job. Don't get me wrong. I like the dev team and I appreciate the things that they're doing. But they haven't proven themselves to me that this game is worth spending money on yet. And I'm also getting married, so I'm saving for a wedding, so that's also kind of expensive. But yeah, that is the update. There's also a gloriously rebalanced collection journey event just in time for your Easter celebrations. I don't know when this update is exactly coming out. I would expect it tomorrow or Sunday maybe. I don't think they're gonna do it on a weekend though. So it could be out. It could be out later today, Friday, for all we know. So enjoy this video, and at least you're gonna know what's coming. Well, that's pretty much all I got for today, knuckleheads. Please remember to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that little bell for some notifications, and as always, remember to knuckle up.